This vampire bat, this inhuman beast, she ought to be locked up
but
and never released.
Good song.
You're gonna have to sync that up. I hope you realize that.
That's going to be hell. That was a mistake. Welcome to Direct to Video, a podcast where we pair movies like fine wine.
VHS?
Today we watched 101 Dalmatians and 101 Dalmatians 2.
Roman numeral 2.
What was it? Patch's London Adventure?
Patch's London Adventure.
Okay.
Alright, this is... I feel like I don't know where to start with this. Like 101 Dalmatians is like the classic Disney movie that I think a lot of kids remember.
Yeah, the thing about 101 Dalmatians is when you're talking about animation, it's like it feels like the go-to Disney movie.
It's such a beautiful looking film. It came out in like this era of dog movies that Disney was doing. You know, you had like Lady and the Tramp, 101 Dalmatians,
Third dog movie.
Well, I should say, sorry, I said dog movie. I meant to say animal movies.
Right, because for a long time they weren't doing princess movies.
Yeah, I think when people say like Disney's known for doing like talking animal movies, like this era is what they mean. Mm-hmm. And when people say Disney's well known for doing Disney or for doing princess movies, they usually refer to like the first era of Disney or the like 90s era.
I was gonna say the 90s era when they started cranking them out like crazy.
Yeah, like that's when they started franchising the Princess Factory.
Put them all together on plates.
Fire up the Princess Factory.
It's just that now that phrase is just in the middle, just sitting out there in a sea of nothingness. Fire up the Princess Factory. Yeah,
right. I know. I don't know how it makes me feel. Like, on the one hand, yeah, no, that's about right. But on the other hand, Am I the bad guy?
It's usually fair to say, if we're pointing fingers, that Disney is the bad guy.
Disney's definitely the bad guy. All right, let's see here. So, one of my favorite Disney animators worked on this movie, Milt Kahl.
Okay. He might have been.
So,
is he that guy that I saw ranting a few years ago about how Walt Disney was kind of a piece of shit?
I think so.
Okay.
That sounds like him. Too. That sounds like him. He's, of the animators at Disney, he's like one of the louder ones.
I think he's been kind of compared to Jack Kirby. Mm-hmm. In the way that, like, you know, all these characters created by Jack Kirby and Stan Lee says he created them type of thing. I'm not a Disney scholar. I don't know how much of that is or isn't true. There's a bunch of, you know, probably he said there. So, I don't know if it's worth getting into, but he does seem like an interesting person.
There's an amazing interview that Jack Kirby did where he says something along, like, where the interviewer says, like, Stan Lee, like, credits himself as being the writer of the stories and co-creator of all these characters. How do you feel about that? And he just laughs for like a really long time, apparently. And he looks over at his wife and he's like, how many stories or how many characters has Stan Lee created since I left? 0, right? I think it's been 0. I'm just saying. And I was just like, geez, man, like there's just so much
savage.
There's a lot of beef especially in like the comics and animation industries because they're so like gated and closed off. Mm-hmm. Where you have these big names like Stan Lee and Walt Disney who.
Well, hell, that's why Pixar exists, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because of all that crazy beef in the animation industry, a bunch of animators were like, you know what, fuck this, and they got bought by Disney later. So the creation of this movie was spurred by the fact that Disney Animation Studios was in debt after Sleeping Beauty. Okay, that makes sense.
Which makes sense because that movie was crazy.
And also, you told me this, not a big moneymaker. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's the thing, is Sleeping Beauty was crazy expensive and not a big hit. this movie kind of pioneered like Xeroxing technology and other like newer forms of animation techniques that
Like
basically
shortcuts.
allowed what it was is it allowed for the animators to draw directly onto the animation plates, I believe, and then to be immediately painted over in the same process because you could just scan and print the frames very quickly.
Oh, sure. That's interesting.
And it gave the movie like a rough drawn style that Walt Disney really enjoyed. He really liked the look, and the animators liked it too because you could see the kind of the pencil strokes.
I was gonna see in a couple scenes there are definitely you can even see like almost an after image of pencil stroke. Like somebody decided to leave that in there. I feel like this is the movie for that, where you kind of you could kind of just watch it for the animation.
It's it's like a beautiful movie, and like the story, while kind of it's like not a great story.
Yeah, but it's
cute.
Okay
it's
story.
fun.
It's not a bad story.
It's got some really tense moments, and it's a fantastic kids movie. Like fuck,
I'll say this about the story: I like the characters.
Oh yeah, like the
fact that nothing very interesting happens to these characters is okay because the characters are interesting.
Like with the exception of the 98 puppies, 99 puppies.
Yeah, and that's something we're going to get into.
Yeah, with the exception of the
Probably
99 puppies, which are kind of this existing mass of creatures.
It's hard. It's hard to give them all a personality, isn't it?
Yeah, one or two have one. You know, they've got like stereotypical personalities. But like every other individual character, Pongo, Perdita, Roger, the Colonel, the cook, like they all have such personality, and it's fantastic.
I really like Roger because it's so clear to me, as clear as it was to Pongo, that he definitely needed somebody to like look after him, because
the scan of the camera as it kind of went over his house is really good. It sets a good tone.
Well, and he's kind of got these like odd tendencies. Like he doesn't like Cruella, and it's not clear to me because he talks about her as Anita's friend from college, so that tells me that maybe he hasn't met her directly. And maybe he's just heard stories. But he already hates this woman. And so what he does is he goes and hides and plays really loud music to the tune of the song he just wrote about how she's terrible.
Yeah, no, that's such a good bit. Like,
by the way,
like honestly,
this
the
Cruella de Vil song is like in classic Disney. It's maybe my favorite song.
It's so good. It's
so
like everybody
catchy,
knows it.
And the insults in it are really good. Like at first you think Cruella is a devil, but after I was walking away the shock, you come to realize you've seen those kind of eyes watching you from underneath a rock.
Watching you from underneath the rock.
Exactly.
I love his delivery.
Yes. But it's like, oh, so first you think she's this big deal, but she's just like this nasty thing that lives underground.
Yeah, like this characterization of her. Like and I love how even after all of this singing, when she shows up, she's like the animators made her even more like disgusting.
She's spooky. She's a scary looking woman.
She's like
she ought to be locked up
bony,
and never released.
And my favorite thing is how they animated the smoke from her cigarette. It's like this sickly green, and everywhere she goes and touches it, like floats around, reminding you that she's been there.
So we're gonna get into this movie, or do you have more about its like background? Because I'm sure there's a lot.
Oh god, it's a lot. I will say, like I think the one big thing about this movie is it's it set the standard for how Disney animation would look for like the next 20 years. Yeah. And in this movie you can see future movies that they will do. Like you can see Lady and the Tramp, you can see the Aristocats, like every...
I always forget the Aristocats exists.
That's one of my favorite fucking ones, dude. It's so good.
It's so boring. Okay.
It's like that one deserved a direct-to-video sequel.
What if we made 101 Dalmatians, right? But fewer animals, and we took away the villain.
That's not true. They made... Well, okay. Wait. This is unfair, but I don't know how. So... But it is unfair. It's a good movie. It's not great. God, this movie just has such a look. Like, I could talk about how this movie looks forever. It's... Like, a lot of people complain about the scratchy, sketchy look of Disney movies when they came out. They're like, oh, it looks cheaper. You could tell they used less money to make it. And like, A, that's unfair.
I don't know.
B,
is it unfair? Because I think that it did use less money to make this than like Sleeping Beauty.
It is unfair, but okay. Yes, they used less money to make this movie than Sleeping Beauty. But to be fair, Sleeping Beauty was insanity. Like it was a movie that was more expensive than it had to be. Like the amount of time and effort and money put into Sleeping Beauty was, I will say, unnecessary and pointless. It adds nothing to the movie other than making it this like ridiculously beautiful thing. But there's no depth to it other than that. And it's only like, compare this movie to like the budget of earlier...
Whoa, can we talk for a second about how mad you got about Sleeping Beauty?
Listen, Sleeping Beauty is... It's not Sleeping Beauty that I'm mad at. It's a beautiful film and I love watching it, but fuck, man, like, people always go back and compare everything to Sleeping Beauty, and it's like, yeah, it's really pretty, but guess what? It's like everything that's wrong with the animation industry in one movie, and we seem to not learn from it, because you'll always get another movie that like strives to be the prettiest movie ever, like fucking Avatar: The Blue People movie, and it's yeah, you can be the prettiest movie in existence, you can set the standard for the next 50 years, but guess what, man? Like, if you don't have any depth, anything further than that, nobody cares.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you write a shitty movie.
Yeah, exactly. And like Sleeping Beauty, I'll give it that. At least over every other movie that came after it, Sleeping Beauty is a cultural touchstone, because over the years it's kind of been accepted as being like the beginning of the Disney princess story that Disney would start kind of rehashing.
I'll say this too about Sleeping Beauty is they apparently wrote drew it around the music.
Yeah.
Which already existed. So it's got good music, and
it's got fantastic music,
and it has music that, like, if you have good visuals and good music, I just feel like that movie should have done better. Is the thing, but it's definitely unfair in general to compare two different styles of animation. Like, look at Emperor's New Groove. There's not a lot of stuff that looks like that.
Yeah,
but it's still well animated. You just wouldn't get that unless somebody made the decision to make everybody look kind of blocky, but a little bit fluid.
And if you look at the budgets of Disney animated movies before 101 Dalmatians, with the exception of Sleeping Beauty, which is double, all of their budgets hover around the same amount.
Okay.
3 to 4 million. I personally prefer the way 101 Dalmatians looks and feels to Sleeping Beauty, simply because, like, yeah, Sleeping Beauty is great and amazing and beautiful, but like the way Roger just moves when he's singing to Anita.
Anita is the woman. Yeah, that took me a bit of a grip. I have her in my notes as Perdita sometimes.
Yeah, the way that Roger moves when he's talking to Anita, like, and the way he emotes when he's singing, and the way he like walks up the stairs or dances, or even like there's an amazing bit at the beginning of we're talking about the movie now.
Okay.
There's an amazing bit at the beginning of the movie when Pongo is looking for a suitable mate for his pet, and they have all of these humans paired up with dogs.
And here's
like
the thing
instantly,
about this.
Those people have more character than anybody in Sleeping Beauty. Sorry, go ahead.
It goes on for too long, but it doesn't feel like it goes on for too long. Like, if this were another movie, I would get super bored with this gag. But they sell it.
Yeah, the joke of humans look like their pets, they take it to its logical extreme, and then they keep going. It feels good.
And we see this nice fluid animation when Pongo gets Roger out of the house.
Oh god, yes.
Into the park, following Anita and Perdita, and eventually just dunks them both into like a pond.
I want to though, my favorite thing I think about this entire encounter is that like Pongo's test where he just walks Roger past Anita, and both Anita and Perdita like look up like, maybe. Like, it's a small moment, but it's really funny. Because like, as an adult, you're like, yeah, we know what she's doing. She's scoping
because
out.
I will look up, if I'm reading a book, I'll look up when somebody walks past to, like, make sure I know who's around me.
Oh yeah, but there's looking up because somebody's walking past, and there's maintaining, right? Yeah, there's like what is it? There's reconnaissance, and there's marking a target, and Roger was marked.
Fucking video game nerds, man. Okay.
I was drinking water when you said that. Can you tell I've been playing a lot of video games? All right. Yeah, so Pongo
kind of forces Roger into a meet cute.
Into a scene that honestly it feels like it came out of a Tom Hanks movie.
Yeah, it could be. Definitely. They both end up in the water, and they're both laughing, and then we immediately cut to a wedding.
Yeah,
they're
cut
not
to
wasting
chapel.
any time.
Cut to chapel is, I think, my favorite stage direction ever. So, and then after this scene, cut to chapel, and then cut to we're all living together in this small little house.
And it's a small house, but it's not a small house.
Like, it's a good house for two newlyweds and two dogs.
And it seems like, I don't know actually how much money it costs to live in London. It seems like a pretty good house for London. And I want to talk for a second about this because Roger's not making any money, right?
Well, he's making money. Like, he's a songwriter. He's obviously making money.
I don't know. When I watched this, it seemed like Anita was like providing for Roger as he was trying to make his songs.
Well, it really seems to me like they're both working.
Okay.
I think there is a gag in this movie that Roger's songs do provide them money, but it's not a lot. It's not like everything money, yeah.
Well, here's the thing about this. So this is a nice house. They have a live-in maid. / they call her Nanny, which is fine, but she basically does end up being a nanny for these puppies.
Yes.
So, like, how much do you have to pay somebody for that? To just live in your house all the time and clean up after you? Seems like
if you provide them, I think, with the room as well as payment, I would think it wouldn't be as much. But I get what your point is.
Yeah, like, I don't have an intern.
But I will. I mean, you can just get an unpaid one.
I thought about it, man. I thought, hey, here's the thing I don't want to do. I wonder if big businesses do this. Could I do this?
Well, so here's the thing: it is illegal.
Right.
It's just big businesses get away with them because they're big, right? And you're not. That's so I do want to talk for a bit about this movie. Has such a setting, like. Like, this is a particular period of time of London that this movie is set in, where people just casually drop words like Scotland Yard, and you're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, Scotland Yard.
Yeah, like it feels very this movie feels like it's set in like the 1960s.
I think it's a little bit earlier than that. I think it's supposed to be 50s.
Sure, but
yeah.
like it's like it's set in this particular decade, and it really maintains that tone throughout the entire film. Like both for the establishing shots of like certain settings that the scenes will take place in, as well as just how everybody is casually dressed. Like there's like a reference to Coco Chanel at some point, and how like Parisian fashion was like overtaking like Europe or Europe and Britain at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't know, there's like a lot of little ideas that like kind of run through the veins of this movie that make it just feel like it's set in a place.
Yeah, and that's unusual in a Disney movie, especially.
Yeah,
because Disney movies are so often set in
like this timeless void.
Yeah.
Or fairy tale land, like if it's a Disney princess movie. It's meant to be vague because you want this. It's this idea of like being a fantasy, but this story is more of a. It's less of a fantasy and more of a tale. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it being grounded, I think, also adds to its superiority because I don't know. I like it when like you watch a movie and there's a distinct sense of I could go there.
Mm.
I mean, obviously, I can't go there because I'm not a time traveler yet. But I don't know,
but you
like,
have
like
gone there.
Yeah, like it feels like I could just like reach through the screen.
Because you will be a time traveler.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I don't know what time travel me is going to be getting up to. What shenanigans? That's a good point. Maybe he just never makes it to 1950s London.
That's a pity. I want to get to ancient Egypt. I don't know how.
So, if you want to play the new Assassin's Creed game, it has a mode. It has a mode where you can turn off all story, and it just makes the game a giant interactive museum.
Ah, fuck.
Right? I know. It makes me want... I would pay $60 just for that.
I don't want to buy an Assassin's Creed game, man.
No, I know, but it has... It has this feature, though.
Is it the Egypt one?
It's Ptolemaic Egypt, yes.
Damn it.
I know! Right? And now, I don't know if you have to beat the game to unlock this mode.
That's a good point.
But fuck it, I'm so willing to check. I don't need Assassin's Creed story anymore or gameplay. I just want a nice open world museum. So we're still in the first 10 minutes of this movie.
Yeah. Okay. So Perdita sort of just tosses in that she's preggers.
Oh man, yeah, like that really got me. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. And then Cruella shows up.
Oh gosh.
And
which we've already talked about her.
Roger does his great "fuck you" song. Cruella, like I said, is Nita's schoolmate, even though she seems to be 800 years older than her.
I think that's just the smoking. You know, it ages a person.
Yeah, don't smoke, kids.
And whatever she's smoking cannot be good for her because it leaves a sickly green smoke. Like that shit's radioactive.
Wow. And her skin color is like gray.
It is.
This smoking is not going well for her, I think.
Yeah. And
Perdita, when Cruella leaves, is scared and crying because she doesn't really have control over the fate of her children. And I really like that. And what it kind of made me flash back to was that bullshit scene in Balto 2.
Oh my god.
Where, for reasons never given, the dogs are giving away the puppies. But that's another thing that makes this movie feel more grounded because
I'm insulted that in this like moment of me being happy you brought Balto 2 back into my life.
Well, I just it's a good comparison to how this movie does it well though because
this movie does everything that Balto tries to do better.
Okay, so the problem with the Balto universe, which is a weird thing to say because
the Balto cinematic universe.
The Balto cinematic universe. The BCU. The problem with it was because I never figured out what the hell humans were doing in that universe, It didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
In this universe, humans are in control because they are.
There is a clear dividing line between what the humans are capable of and what the dogs are capable of, and none of that framework is ever broken.
And Perdita is scared because she is not the one who gets to make the decision over what happens to her puppies.
And there's an amazing, I think...
By the way, I wrote this down. Dalmatians have 10 nipples, so 5 would be a good number.
So 3 times, holy shit!
Oh.
But yeah, so there is a. Have you been looking this up the whole time?
I looked it up when they said 15 puppies because I was like, "That's a lot of puppies."
That is a lot of puppies,
and it is. Dalmatian has been known to have 16. That's the largest Dalmatian litter.
Oh, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, so the premise of the story, from what I remember reading the Wikipedia article for the original book, is that actually happened to the author, and then she had this idea for a story.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, but she was like, "Man, 15. Could you imagine if it was 101? Honey, get me my pen." Fucking Walt Disney's gonna love this shit. I was on a tangent. I completely lost what I was talking about. Oh, right. When Cruella de Vil leaves, there's also a great little character moment where Anita faints onto a chair, like just the 3 seconds of being around Cruella de Vil again, she's just exhausted. Like, that is too much time, and it makes me wonder what their relationship. Yeah, well, they're not friends. Cruella de Vil is a former schoolmate. That's as far as they go describing the relationship. So it makes me wonder what it is about Anita that Cruella de Vil stuck around her life.
That is an interesting question, because it's clear from this point on that she stuck around because she wants those puppies, but that can't have always been the reason.
Been the case. There has to have been something else, and it makes me, I don't know. There are Cruella de Vils in the world, and it makes me wonder, what one would have to do to have that kind of person stuck in their life for so long.
Yeah. Well, Perdita's very polite around Cruella. Maybe not everybody is. Maybe it's just that Perdita would
She's
put
too
up
nice
with
for her own good.
I keep calling her Perdita. This is Anita.
Anita.
I hate that they're
it doesn't help
so
that, yeah. It doesn't help that they made the names rhyme.
Yeah.
It's funny, because Anita is also a Spanish name.
For little Anne.
Yeah.
Oh. What?
And... yeah, no, that's exactly what it is.
All right.
ITA is it's a kind of a
2 years of Spanish in high school.
Speaking Spanish their whole life, but yeah, no, I find it I'm finding it really interesting now that by changing the female Dalmatian to Perdita, they also decided to give her human owner a Spanish name. I think that's a cool choice. It doesn't help that they rhyme, though.
No, it really messes with me. I'm so bad at that.
So, 3 weeks later, they get an entire litter of 15 puppies. And there's this beautiful scene where, it's super sad, where the nanny just walks out, 14! And Roger's just sitting there oh, these things happen. But I wonder. And he just, and I don't know why, but, the 5-second scene of him just, rubbing this little mound of cloth, relaxed me.
It's
so
a
much.
Very good scene, and I was actually going to mention that when we were talking about animation, because this is... It feels subtle, and you get a lot of...
it's so soothing.
Yeah. I feel like I got a lot out of it. Plus, it reminded me, when I saw this, I thought, well, that's a weird thing to do for the puppy, and then I thought, I read the Tiffany Aching books, and I know that if you have an animal that seems dead, that you warm it up just in case.
Yeah.
I don't know why I went to Tiffany Aching for that, but here I am.
I mean, we all have our references. Our tidbits of information that we remember.
There's a story about her grandmother warming up a lamb in an oven.
That's weird.
Well, it's like a special warming oven that she had for the lambs because.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was just like
the lamb and with the coals.
It's like, you know what? Just preheat the oven to 100 degrees, and we'll toss it in there.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work out, veal.
That's okay. This is the most depressive I've been so far on the pod.
Sorry. Well, get ready to be slightly more depressed, because when Cruella de Vil shows up to buy the entire litter, Roger, in a very good character establishing moment, is determined that they're not for sale.
It's really good, and he clearly does not stand up to people a lot, which is another reason why he obviously needs Anita around.
Yeah. He probably didn't even get paid for his music until she showed up.
Here's the thing, Cruella has this skewed idea of what success is, because like I said, these two seem to be doing fine. Like, they're not super rich, but they seem to have it together, and she doesn't believe that they can feed 15 puppies.
And I think, like, when she says you can scarcely afford to feed yourselves, I was like, bitch, like, they have a nanny.
Right. When she said that, I thought, well, yes, they fucking can. What is your problem?
I think she just said that to be a bitch.
Yeah, I think maybe even she believes that, because look, she's rich as fuck and wears new furs every day or whatever, even though she always wears the same fur in the movie.
Yeah. Well, maybe they're different. I don't know.
Ugh.
Like, maybe they're different furs that are the same fur.
Maybe she has in her closet 800 identical furs. What a bad person.
We'll get into the logistics of making fur coats in a bit. I know we're not gonna like get deep in there, but we're gonna get in there a little bit because her plan is ridiculous. So she hires two.
Oh well,
crooks.
I wanna mention this one bit, partially because it's gonna become a bigger bit in the next movie, but mostly because when the puppies are watching TV, it's one of the most accurate depictions of actual children's dialogue.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. It doesn't help that when I was watching it, I was thinking, no, yeah, I would watch this if I was a kid. Fuck yeah.
And it's just that the kids arguing in front of the television, that felt like my childhood. It felt like watching 15. If 15 kids were in front of a TV, this is what would happen. And
you would have that one kid who's just like
way too
absorbed.
Close.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the one kid who's like, hey, I'm hungry. I was like, no, you just ate. You're not actually hungry.
You're just bored.
Yes.
Which is why often I was hungry as a kid. It's such a heartwarming moment to just see this family of 17. I also really like the smash cut at the end of that fucking TV show to an advertisement.
Here's the thing. The advertisement appears to be directed at dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Which is weird. But you actually, you know what? Now that I stop thinking about it, it reminds me of the Scooby-Doo snacks with the mystery treat. Because the dog doesn't care that it's a mystery treat. How are you going to find out?
Yeah, no, it's...
Hey, kids, eat this dog treat and tell me what you think it is. Oh.
So, when I was a kid...
Okay, good. Yep, alright.
No, it's fine. I'm just gonna stop there.
Did you eat the Scooby-Doo mystery treat?
No. Okay. I will not say. I refuse. I will not go on the record and incriminate myself.
Okay, speaking of incriminating... Criminals!
So these two criminals go in and are hired by Cruella de Vil. We don't know that yet, but they're hired by Cruella de Vil to steal these puppies. So their names are Jasper and Horace, and Horace, I believe, has this little offhand line where he mentions that they have been arrested before, and if they get arrested one more time, they're just going to go straight to prison.
Right, like a 3 strikes rule.
Yeah.
So they must be like petty criminals, because when you steal a certain amount of stuff, you do just get sent to prison.
Yeah. So they successfully steal this litter of puppies, and
after trapping Nanny in the music room.
Yeah, and I will say, as a kid, when I watched this scene, I was very distressed because it felt like a robbery. Like,
yeah, it's a decent depiction of what a robbery might look like, and it's not that cartoony. It's more like they just stole these things.
yeah, it's funny because, like, despite the fact that the crime in 101 Dalmatians is so petty and minor, like, they just stole dogs.
Right. Although
it feels just as, if not more, evil than any other Disney villain because of how raw A, the theft is, and B, the how they speak of ridding themselves of puppies later.
Oh yeah, that's nasty. Oh, okay. Just so you know, though, they stole $15,000 worth of dog.
Jesus Christ!
Yep, they go for about $1,000 each if you buy.
They
them as
bought
puppies.
those, didn't they? Say that they bought the rest of them.
They did, but $15,000 is just the 15 puppies.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh
So
Jesus Christ!
Yes. So Cruella does have a lot of money to throw around if she bought all those other dogs.
She bought what, 87?
Yeah.
No, 80.
87 plus 15 is 99. Yeah. Right.
That doesn't
no,
sound
it's not,
right.
But what the hell?
84.
Tony.
That's why. I will say the confidence with which you said that made me, a person who is getting a bachelor's in mathematics, go, yeah, wait.
I have so many math teachers who could never learn about that.
Oh man, yeah, 84. So 84. So
84.
that's $84,000. Jesus, that's a lot of money. So. So, after what seems like an indeterminate amount of time, it's determined that Scotland Yard is unable to figure out who stole these puppies,
mention this because
where
it's
they
definitely
went.
a slow news day. Multiple papers sent photographers by to take pictures of people sadly looking at an empty kitchen.
I mean, you just told me that they stole $15,000 worth of dog.
They did. That's a lot.
That seems like it would at least be maybe
But
not front page worthy. I don't know. Maybe some of these were local papers.
Maybe. But yeah, Scotland Yard has been it's even mentioned that they looked into Cruella, which
that Roger demanded they look into Cruella because he doesn't trust her.
Her name is Cruel Devil. And she said how she would get revenge for not selling them the puppies. There's a call from Jasper and Horace to Cruella. I can't remember what they say. Oh, yeah, they're actually talking about the newspapers. How this, they didn't sign up to actually be incriminated for something.
Yeah.
And Cruella is wearing fur pajamas. Which, what?
I didn't notice that. That sounds insane. That'd be so hot.
That's crazy.
She also has, like, fur drapings on her bed.
Yeah. It's gotta suck in Cruella's room. Ugh.
It must be just stuffy and dusty all the time.
So I thought that was entertaining.
No, I agree. So Pongo and Perdita used the Twilight Bark, which is the coolest idea in the history of anything.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of hate it when they use it again in the next movie. Because it kind of feels like it cheapened it.
No, definitely.
This big, cool thing.
It reminds me of like that thing that neighborhoods used to do in like the 80s and 90s, where like if anything bad ever happened, all of the adults in your neighborhood would have like a number of adults that they would have to call to help spread the word really quickly.
Yeah, like a phone tree or whatever they call
it. Yeah, exactly that. And so it's like that, but with every dog in England, what it feels like.
Right, in England, first in London, so the whole city is up in dog barks, and then as we get out to the country and there are fewer and fewer dogs, it's like this one dog needs to pick up the call and keep it going, and that was, I really enjoy the Twilight Bark and all the lore inside the Twilight Bark.
Like you could set a movie in this world and have it take place somewhere else, and this would be the only thing connecting the two. So, which
well,
would be super cool.
It makes it feel big and small at the same time. In a time when everybody has internet, to imagine being the guy out at the edge of the Twilight Bark. Now, what would that be like? That's interesting.
And you have...
I like this stuff.
It makes this small... Like, because, like, this can't be that big of an area. Like, I don't think... What is it? Suffolk is where the puppies are.
Mm-hmm.
That Suffolk is that far from London, and yet, like, because we're dealing with this on the scale of dogs in the 50s, it's such a long way. Eventually, the bark makes its way to Colonel, who's, like, this very, very old sheepdog at, like, a military academy.
And yeah, it's not clear why Colonel believes himself to be a colonel, believes the horse to be a captain, and believes the dog to be a sergeant. Although, I'll say everybody else believes this, too. I said dog, I meant cat. Everybody else believes this, too. Everybody else has signed up for it. But
I think it seems to me like the idea that I built up in my head when I was watching this movie is, oh, so this horse, cat, and dog belong to, like, an old retired military man.
That would make sense, yeah.
Who just called his horse, dog, and cat Colonel, Captain, and Tibbs.
Yep, Sergeant Tibbs.
Sergeant Tibbs.
I love Tibbs. Tibbs
on the double, man, on the double. I like the Colonel and Sergeant Tibbs.
They got a good relationship going. I wanted the captain to do more, because I was thinking, okay, but this is a horse. Like, sure, the cat can get him out of there, but they also have a horse.
Yeah, no, that horse could have definitely killed those two henchmen. Oh, yes, that could happen. Horses are massive, especially, like, military horses.
Mm-hmm.
But also, it's a Disney movie, so, you know.
Yes. So Tibbs goes and finds
the horse has been...
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, no, I was going to say the horse has been... But then I forgot the term that gamers use when a thing in a game has, like,
nerfed.
Lowered... Thank you. The horse has been nerfed.
That's right. I also occasionally play video games.
I never play multiplayer games.
I used to play Adventure Quest when I was younger.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Yeah, and they had a lot of jokes about stuff like that. Like, they like to reference other games a lot. Sergeant Tibbs.
Sergeant Tibbs tells the Colonel that he remembers a bunch of puppies being taken to a place called Hell Hall.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then the Colonel says the Daldeville place. So now we know for certain
that Cruella's behind all this shit.
Yes.
So Tibbs and the Colonel go over to Hell Hall, or is it? I think at this point it's just Tibbs.
Yes. So
just Tibbs.
Or just Tibbs goes in. Maybe the Colonel stays outside.
Yeah, he does reconnaissance.
Tibbs goes in, he finds all the puppies. The craziest thing to me, and I wasn't sure how I felt about this, it's not insane or anything. It's just that the 15 puppies are watching TV.
Yeah.
And I guess if you have been kidnapped and you're scared and alone and you only have each other, you might just sit and watch TV. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think this movie doesn't go into exactly what the frame of reference that these puppies have for their situation, other than it sucks, but hey, that we have TV.
Yeah.
Tibbs manages to count the 15 missing puppies, and they send word back to London using the Twilight Bark.
Mm-hmm. Right, and so, and Pongo
and Perdita immediately are like, we gone.
Yeah.
We're gonna go get our kids.
With a big old dog.
Oh, what is he, like a Great Dane, right? Yeah. Like the opposite of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, he's like
this dog is noble and perfect and beautiful.
Marmaduke.
Yeah. Yeah. They're going to Suffolk to save their pups.
Meanwhile...
Their puppets.
Oh no, because Cruella shows up, so that's why they go back.
Yeah, so...
Cruella shows up.
Yeah.
Cruella has been spooked by the police, so she decides that the smart thing to do is get her dog skin coats now, because a coat made of dog skin screams innocent.
And that's so that is crazy. But here's the other thing that's insane, right? She's ordered her henchmen to just, like, kill all these puppies and skin them, and I assume deliver these dog skins somewhere to be made into a coat. I don't know what the logistics of making a fur coat is, but you definitely do not need 99 puppies to make a full coat.
Jasper
you definitely
and Horace
do not
say,
need that many.
Oh, they're not big enough. We won't even get half a dozen out of them. And she says, then half a dozen will have to do. She was ready for, like, I don't know, 50 coats or something.
So was her plan to raise these puppies into full dogs?
I think so.
She could have just bought full dogs. Like, she has the money.
Maybe she just wanted them to get a little bit bigger so their coats are still soft?
Oh, so maybe she just wanted to, like, grow slightly attached so that killing them would hurt more. Who knows? But she's a crazy person.
To things.
You make a good point, but either way, like, she is definitely a crazy person. Like, this entire plan seems to begun and ended at, man, I really want to kill
a bunch of puppies.
Almost 100 puppies. But I can't just do that. Well, what if I made fur coats out of their bodies? At least I'm getting something else out of it. Like, it's crazy.
It is put forth in the next movie that Cruella has an obsession.
We'll talk about that when we get there.
Which makes a certain amount of sense. But that is the only reasonable thing done with her character in the next movie.
The next movie is bad. It is bad in a lot of fun ways.
Yes, it's bad in good ways. So Tibbs is like, oh shit, I can't let her kill 99 puppies. We're out.
Which, yeah, I like that. I was thinking when I was watching this movie, I was like, all right, Tibbs, this is your chance. Just take the 15. Maybe they won't miss them. Which is terrible. But Tibbs runs the gamut. He's like, I'm going to save all 99 of these pups.
Tibbs is a goddamn hero.
Like, seriously, like, if anybody deserves a medal, it's Tibbs. He should be, you know what? He should be promoted to colonel.
Well, he should, but colonel is sort of a job you get when you're done with doing real work.
I don't know how rankings work in the military, but I don't think
I mean, what I said is based on fiction. If there is a colonel listening to this podcast, please don't come to my house and kill me.
Okay, wow. You just made so many assumptions in that one sentence.
Yeah, one,
that a colonel listens to our
big with colonels.
Two, that colonels are just willing and able to find people who make podcasts and kill them.
I don't think that's that crazy. Anyway.
I do.
So while the dogs are escaping, Jasper and Horace are watching What's My Crime?
Which is an amazing show premise.
It's a very good show premise. It's kind of a weird... It fits... In a weird way, it does fit with the universe they've created. But I don't understand why they decided that this movie needed this show in it.
It's such a cool, like, I forgive it because A, it's such a fun, cool idea for a show, but B, my favorite thing is that Horace and Jasper recognize
they know the guy.
The contestant.
Yes. Who is going to possibly win, like, £10,000? Or something?
And a week's vacation.
Yeah.
Once he gets out of prison.
Yes, after he has paid his debt to society. And he's like super excited to be on the show, but he keeps on glancing over at the police officer who's glaring at him the whole time.
It's such a good... Oh, man. You know what it feels like? It feels like it's like a weird micro... Oh shit! Sorry, Emperor's New Groove moment in this movie.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if the idea of a reality TV show like that would have existed in the 50s and 60s. Although I guess this movie was made in the 60s, so it did. Like,
it kind of feels like, okay, I feel like shows like that got big in England first, so maybe that's what it's based on.
Oh yeah, definitely, maybe.
But also,
it's such a funny thing.
I sort of wonder if the original idea for the end of this movie was that Jasper and Horace end up on What's My Crime.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, nobody would be able to guess that shit.
Yes.
Actually, their crime was stealing 15 puppies to be made into fur coats. well, that's all the time we have on What's My Crime. It's like, well, who the fuck was gonna guess that?
So Tibbs leads 99 puppies and 2 adult men on a chase through an abandoned mansion.
In what is one of the most harrowing, like, chase sequences ever, because there's, like, multiple moments where
they're caught.
Like, the tension is ramped up, and they get caught, and they have to scatter again, and it's amazing.
And one of the great things I love is there's a moment when they're basically caught, and Tibbs just starts running, and all the puppies start running, and there's nothing Jasper and Horace can do about that.
Yeah. It's like...
They just get swarmed by 100 puppies.
I like it's a really a case of like what is it? Like, what would you rather fight? One one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? I would rather fight the horse-sized duck, because then it's just one. Yes, it's massive, but it's one.
I don't know, ducks are mean.
Ducks are mean, but so are horses.
100 duck-sized horses would kind of suck. Tibbs leads them on this chase, but they end up God. And then bursting through the windows come Perdita and Pongo, who
who have through a montage like of travel finally made it.
Yes. And they are mad. They do this thing that you will see dogs do. Like, it felt real. It
reminded me of the moment in The Fox and the Hound when,
but it wasn't.
like,
it wasn't as visceral as Fox and the Hound.
That's the thing.
Scared of Todd in that moment, but I was always on Pongo and Perdita's side.
But I think that's the thing is, like, the reason in The Fox and the Hound it's so visceral is it's because it's between two friends, whereas in this movie it's like, no, fuck those guys up.
Yeah, and Perdita straight up tries to burn a man alive. She's taking no prisoners here.
Oh, man.
There's like a goofy moment where Jasper gets bit in the butt, and meanwhile Perdita's burning a man alive.
Yeah, no, seriously, like, Pongo's like, we're just gonna incapacitate them. Right, honey? Sets a man on fire. Sorry, I couldn't hear you over the sound of how mad I am.
Incapacitate. No more moving.
Oh, man. What a good movie. So they retreat to the farmhouse. So this next like kind of series of scenes is very simple. It's like a very Homeward Bound-esque.
Yeah, the movie really kind of flies by after this.
This is the last, I don't know, third of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But the next series of scenes is just like kind of a montage of the hardships that is traveling with 99 kind of
in the middle of winter.
Yeah, in the middle of winter, and that's the thing is like 2 adult dogs traveling in the winter would have kind of a hard time, but now they have 99 puppies, and that makes the journey almost impossible.
Yeah, so there's all this stuff about like covering tracks and having to travel on ice instead of snow.
There's a beautiful
being chased up and down the countryside by Cruella de Vil.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then like there's like, so they meet up with a collie in like one of the most beautifully drawn dogs I have ever seen. Like,
yes, although I do want to mention it. This is the part before this. The captain does kick
Horace and Jasper through a wall.
So like this is the first and last time the captain does something like I'm a giant horse.
Yeah.
I felt like we owed it to him to put that in there. But then, yes, we meet basically Lassie.
So Disney is really good at drawing dogs. They made so many movies that have dogs in them.
Yes.
But this border collie is like one of the most beautifully drawn dogs I've ever seen. Like, I wrote it down. Like it shows up like an angel out of the horizon, and
yeah. And
oh, man.
It takes them to meet these cows who are the most accommodating cows.
They're so nonchalant about having these puppies around.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, we'll feed your 100 puppies. Come here.
Man, yeah.
And it's weird, but it's a nice sweet moment. And meanwhile, Lassie brings Pongo a sandwich. He's like, I got these scraps for you, but part of the scraps is a piece of bread on the bottom and a piece of bread on top. And I found that so entertaining in this semi-dour scene of like this is their last safe haven.
Yeah. The idea that this border collie gets fed full sandwiches. It's like,
It's good. This is a good movie.
oh man. So the border collie tells Pongo that they're going to be rendezvousing in a nearby village where they will have another safe haven. This time they'll be meeting up with a black Labrador.
And I want to say this in their next traveling scene, if we're going to the next scene.
Yeah, yeah.
Cruella finds their tracks.
Yeah.
And for all of her many, many faults, Cruella is a smart woman who also seems to be a good leader and strategist. She never underestimates the dogs for being dogs, which
Horace and Jasper do constantly.
Horace and Jasper do all the time. She thinks these dogs are trying to get away, and they just tried to cover their tracks, and I discovered them. I need to capitalize on this. She purposefully sends her minions to go around the town before going into the town, while she goes directly in. Like, she's pincer maneuvering these dogs.
These dogs, yeah. Like, trapping them in this town, which does end up happening. So these dogs are trapped in, like, this old, what is it, like a mill?
Yeah, I guess.
But the Labrador did find them a ride. There's a shipping truck that's, it's like shipping furniture to London, and it's getting its engine repaired. So if they could just sneak into that truck.
Now, how are they going to do this?
Safe passage all the way to London.
How
yeah,
like they need
how
to
are you
do
gonna
something like lab face.
Okay, wait. No. I reject this bit from its premise. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
It's
no, I know, but no.
Okay, we don't need to do this. I saw it and I thought, what would this look like if it were people? Oh.
Why would you... Yeah, so the big problem is how are we gonna sneak 101 dogs past this woman? We're gonna roll around in soot to look like Labradors, which is a good idea. So this is like a great moment, I think, on the movie's part, because I was thinking, wait a minute, if they still walk around though, there's still 101 dogs. That's still like super suspicious.
Yeah,
and then Pongo says, we'll go in groups, and I was like, oh, that's really smart.
Yeah, and that's another great tension building element, because now they need to get all the puppies onto this van. Like, they need to be subtle about it so they're not caught.
Yeah.
But they need to be fast about it so they're not caught.
But they also need to be fast about it so that they're not left behind.
Mm-hmm.
But it's dawn, so the dawn is breaking and the snow is melting. And this ends up being their downfall, because the last group of puppies, as they make their way onto the truck, the melting snow starts washing away the soot.
And again, Cruella does not underestimate these puppies. I mean, she is surprised. She said that's not possible, but then accepts it as possible. And
in a fit of rage, this movie becomes a Fast and the Furious film.
Very quickly, Cruella steps up her rap sheet by trying to run a moving van straight off the road. And she gets red eyes, and this is the first time it suggested that, hey, maybe Cruella is actually just a devil woman.
Maybe she's actually just pure vile hatred and evil. Like, there is no sympathy for her character an iota throughout this entire movie. So when she ramps up to attempted murder, you're just like, no, yeah.
But this is like the first crime she's done that would be witnessed by another person. Is she planning to kill this guy? I guess.
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
So, just as she's about to run this moving van off the road, Horace and Jasper, who are trying to cut off the van from another direction, end up crashing into her instead, throwing them into a ravine.
And they are all very lucky to be alive.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Like, cars back then didn't have seatbelts.
And both of the cars are basically destroyed.
And this is where I think the craziest bit of lore that this movie just drops and doesn't talk about.
Okay.
That Roger's song about Cruella de Vil became a big hit. And I get why. It's a super catchy tune. But also, what?
No, I don't think that's crazy. It's like when You know, sometimes there will be a pop song that was like clearly written about a boyfriend or a girlfriend or something.
Yeah, like Jenny.
I mean, I get it. I sometimes a song becomes popular for like a random weird reason. But here's the thing: when I saw this, and they did play with this very slightly in the next movie. When I saw this, I got really sad that there was never a scene where Cruella has to listen to Cruella de Vil. Like,
right?
There's never like her walking into a
point.
diner and Cruella de Vil is playing.
Oh man,
I would have loved that. I would have loved if part of her anger about these puppies was the fact that Roger wrote a song about how terrible she is. And it became
huge. A big hit. Yeah. And so Roger, Anita, and the nanny are trying to celebrate Christmas, but they're all kind of down because, like, not only did their puppies get kidnapped or puppy napped, but also their dogs ran away. And it's like, that's like, that's such a downer to the rest of your year.
That would suck a lot. So then the Dalmatians come back, and the funny thing is, as far as I can tell, as this movie presents it, the question of where did these dogs come from is never answered for
No. Because when the first 15 puppies are born, Roger leans over to Pongo and like rubs his head and goes, "Oh, Pongo, you old rascal." And when Pongo and Perdita run in with 99 dogs, he says the same thing, which means he just assumes that not only did Pongo and Perdita go and find their puppies, but they also made 84 more along the way.
Would die.
She just exploded turn off the princess factory, turn on the dog factory.
Why did we make this?
We played with God. We played gods, but we never asked ourselves, maybe we should stop.
We played with God, and we won this dog factory in poker.
Oh, man.
But now Cruella, it seems like she's never charged with anything, because there's definitely no evidence to her crimes.
Well, they kind of, like, honestly forget about her in this movie. Like, she, as far as the movie's concerned, like, she's stuck in a ditch who knows how many miles away.
I remember vaguely when I watched the live-action version that when she's in the ditch, there are sirens.
Yeah, which makes sense.
That doesn't happen in this movie.
No. Which, I think the live-action movie takes place in, like, the 90s.
Does it take place in the 90s?
I think so. It was, but I don't think it was like a period film. I think they just made it take place in the 90s when they made it.
I don't love that.
I'll have to rewatch it. I haven't watched it in a while, and I was going to watch it, but then you told me to save it, but then I guess you watched it?
I didn't watch it. I just remember that from childhood.
Okay. I was going to get really mad at you.
No.
I can't believe you would betray me.
I want to be able to do a second 101 Dalmatians episode. With
the superior sequel name.
Yeah,
no, for sure. This movie's a joy.
Yes.
This to me is like the epitome of how fucking good the animation is in this movie, because they're wiping the soot off of these dogs and everything is getting covered in soot. And the entire time I was thinking, man, this must have been hell to animate.
I didn't think about that, but yeah, that would suck.
But it's like a beautiful moment, and like I think a very underappreciated song is like, I think we all remember Cruella de Vil.
Cruella de Vil is way better.
It's so good and so memorable, but I think Dalmatian Plantation is a fantastic song as well. I just think it gets overshadowed by it's the superior song.
It could use a couple more lines. If Dalmatian Plantation had a couple more lines, and it would feel more like a real song to me.
I mean, it probably does.
Yeah, maybe it does. Maybe there's a full version.
So Roger and Anita decide, like, well, now that we have 101 Dalmatians, we're just going to move out to the countryside. I mean, we have all this money, like, let's do it.
It seemed like, okay, here's the funny thing. I wrote that they should move to the countryside when they had 15. Because that's a lot of Dalmatians.
Well, I think when they had 15, they had enough money to get by, but they didn't have enough money to move. You know?
That makes sense. And then the big hit Cruella de Vil came out, which I guess, if you stop to think about it, Roger wrote that song on a whim. Like, he had the tune, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And then Corella shows up, and he immediately...
Like, is hit
gets
with
all
an
the words
inspiration.
in. Which, by the way, is kind of what writing poetry can feel like. So,
Yeah.
I actually really like that. But then he, that song must have been produced when he believed her to have stolen his dogs.
Oh, man.
Think about that.
Yeah,
He's
no,
like,
for sure.
Yeah, I can never prove this happened.
But I'm gonna write this song that is basically me telling her, I fucking know you did it.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the movie. So, something that I do want to point out is that this movie is called 101 Dalmatians spelled out.
Like, it doesn't go 101 Dalmatians?
No, it's the 100. It's sorry. It was released as the 101 Dalmatians, but then the movie was, or sorry, the book was released as the 101 Dalmatians.
Okay.
The movie was released as 101 Dalmatians because Americans.
Yep.
But yeah, it's all spelled out. And then, like cowards, they backed out, and they called the next movie 101 Dalmatians 2. All numbers, no consistency.
I'm sorry. It's just that you called them cowards. Never mind.
No, that's what I was going for.
Oh, okay.
We're just going to slide right in. We're just going to start talking about this next movie.
Yeah, let's do it. So it starts with the spots opening, which they did in the last movie, and we didn't mention.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in the last movie it was like this like super stylized like way of presenting the names of the people who helped make this movie, and then it also does this really cool thing where like as certain animation jobs are mentioned, that job will be highlighted so that like when character animation shows up, you have this like little animatic of Pongo barking over it. And then it goes into and then it goes into layouts, and it has like a sketch. Like they do this thing where they like sketch out a scene, and then they go into color and they like slap color onto it. It's super cool.
That's really cool.
This opening is not so cool.
It's got a lot less charm. It felt like they were trying to like make a Pixar short real quick.
I think my biggest problem with it is that in the last movie, all of the spots were like, they looked like Dalmatian spots. They were like these varied.
And this one, they're just circles.
They're just circles.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good metaphor for this movie, honestly. Like,
it actually super is. It tells you immediately what to expect.
Which is a rehashing that loses all of the character, all of the shape, and all of the form and function of the last movie.
Yeah. So immediately I could see that the animation's different, right? There are more like cut corners, and there are more just it's not as sort of well done. But
at the same time, the backgrounds are done in this like faux painted style, but all of the characters are animated super clean.
Yeah, which I wasn't thrilled about. But it's not actually bad, unless you actually compare it to
unless you watch it
Dalmatians, which is just so good.
It's I think the problem with a lot of these direct-to-video movies is usually when you watch them, it has been so long since you've seen the last one. In this case, like 50 years or 40 years, that it does enough that it gives you the impression of the last movie. But watching them back to back, you realize, oh no, this is nothing like it.
Yeah. So this movie has the baffling premise that with 99 separate puppies, only one gets a personality.
Which is funny because the character premise is that this one puppy feels drowned by his 98 siblings. I will say one thing that I have in common with Pongo in this movie is that counting past 20 is very difficult and haunts me to this day. I really connected with him.
One of the things I really love about Pongo is that he's always trying to count all of these puppies to make sure that, he has them all. But one of the things that bothered me is that he kept trying to count to 101, which tells me that he's trying to count his puppies and also himself and his wife.
Well, he just starts at 2.
To make sure he still exists, but
all right.
He only needs to count to 99.
Yeah. 90. All right, that's 100 dogs. What am I? Do I exist? I'm fading, Perdita. I feel like he has stress dreams about counting.
He does. He definitely.
Oh, he definitely does. Yeah, he definitely has stress dreams about counting. But yeah.
But there's a moment where he counts to 105, and he should have stopped when he got to 100 because obviously, you don't count to 100 if you're trying to get to 99. But
really if you do some if you do some re-indexing, you just start at 2 and you go from there. But I understand where your problem is.
Well, it's something that's referenced in the movie a lot, the fact that there are 101 of them, even though, Pat says this, and he should be saying 99 too, because he's probably not really comparing himself to his mom and dad the same way he is comparing himself to his siblings. To his
siblings, yeah. So Patch, in the previous
is the one
movie...
with the black thing over his eye, by the way.
Yeah,
in the last movie, he just sat in front of the TV. That was his
thing. I thought in the last movie that he was called Spot. But I don't know for sure if that's true.
I don't think it is. I believe they do call him Patch in the last movie.
Okay, I'm not sure.
They only give names to 3 of the puppies in the last movie.
Yeah, seriously. So Patch has one solace in this world of having 98 siblings. He loves the Thunderbolt Adventure Hour. He's obsessed with the show to the extent that maybe he needs another hobby. He's like a walking Wikipedia article with this show.
Yeah, he's it made me think of the stereotypical Star Trek nerd.
Yeah.
Is what he basically is.
And I was really worried when this movie started that Jim Cummings would take his time to grace us with his presence.
I didn't even notice him. Which one's Jim Cummings?
He was the villain in the Adventure Hour. That's just Pete.
Oh.
Like the moment that villain started talking and laughing, I was like, there he is. There's Jim Cummings. I'm so happy he didn't take his time.
The Adventure Hour, the whole thing with the Adventure Hour started to bother me. So
I understand.
Real thrilled about it.
He loves this show, and he wants to. He finds out that Thunderbolt is going to have a tour in London. Also, the show is American now. I don't know if that was the case in the old movie, but in this movie, the show is American made, and that bothered me.
It's a Wild West show, which I don't think is crazy that would be an American show.
Well, it would be Italian, I think, in this era. Wouldn't it?
That was true for the movies. I don't know if it's true for television. I could find an old TV Wild West show and tell you, but I don't exactly know what to look up.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It was weird, but yeah, so Thunderbolt's touring London, and Patch wants to go meet him, but the next day the family is moving to their new Dalmatian plantation. He, after having this kind of emotional turmoil, tries to go talk to his dad in the middle of the night.
And his dad's clearly asleep.
Yeah, wake your dad up if you're going to have this talk. Don't just...
He asks him if he's one of 101. And his dad's like, yes, 101. Because in his dream, he has finally counted to 101.
He's finally done it. He's achieved bliss. Nirvana is his. And Patch kind of is super down and decides to sleep downstairs in the kitchen. Which, why the fuck do all these dogs sleep in one room anyway? I would be aching to not sleep in the same room as their siblings.
So...
Oh, maybe that's it.
So there's a cutaway when, I believe this is actually a little bit earlier, Perdita talks about how once they get out of the city, they won't have to worry about... Cut to Cruella de Vil saying her own name for no reason.
Oh, gosh. Yes.
While he's trying to push her way into a fur shop owned by Belle's dad.
This is my favorite fucking scene because Belle's dad tells her that the terms of her probation prevent her from entering a fur coat shop, which is the most specific terms of probation I have ever heard in my life.
That's insane. Plus, this probation breaks her, despite the fact that she had been planning on making her own furs. They never mention what crime she's charged with, that this is her punishment. I guess it's assumed that the crime of kidnapping and trying to kill 100 puppies? But that seems like you would get a different punishment than that.
So here's the even crazier thing to me is that she's rich, but she's still driving around what's left of her car.
Yes, and this scene does this one thing that I had wished they had done better, and in the last movie, which is she's like, this can't get any worse, and Cruella de Vil comes on the radio, and she kicks the radio out of her car, which I do love, but I just felt like that could have done better. Also, she should have got a new car, or fixed her car. She is still rich. She has not lost her money. It's established that she's still rich.
In fact, she's got, from what I can tell, she's just got a slap on the wrist for whatever she was charged with. While we later found out that Horace and Jasper were just sent directly to prison.
They were, but also she posted bail and they get out, which isn't how prison works.
Maybe they're still awaiting trial.
Yeah, maybe they're still awaiting trial, but that was weird.
It was weird.
So she is dejected and walking along, and she sees this painting.
So we're technically not here yet.
Oh, aren't we?
No, we're not here yet.
Okay, I don't have a ton of notes for this movie because I didn't hate it.
So fucking many. But all of them are just hints and quips. So, because before any of this actually happens, Perdita says all this when they're moving out, and they accidentally, Home Alone-esque, leave Patch behind. No, this is right now.
This is something that has happened in my family. As a person with a lot of siblings, sometimes somebody gets left behind.
As a person who's only one of 3, I have been left at stores when I was the only person who went with my mom.
Perfect.
Love my mom, but me and her went to a Target, and I was there for maybe an hour. And then I realized, man, we've been in this Target for a long time. And I call my mom, like, hey mom, where are you? And she's like, oh, I'm driving home. And I said, I'm still at Target. And she just goes, I'm on my way, and hangs up.
Here's the thing. Well, here's the thing with my family. We would have 2 cars, right?
Uh-huh.
Because you need 2 cars to get that many people to a place. And so, in a time before everybody had cell phones, it would be assumed that somebody had the kid that wasn't in your car. And then you get there, and you think, oh, we left Mary behind. And somebody has to leave the McDonald's to go get the lost kid.
I mean, they're not lost. You know where they are.
Right. She was asleep on the couch. Everything was fine. Really.
So Patch decides, since I'm alone in London, I'm going to go try out for this weird tour audition thing that this show I love is doing.
Well, he actually gets on the...
Yeah, he makes it to the stage. There. Yeah.
So, it's not even like, I need to find out where it is. He just literally gets on the truck and it's like, fine, I'm fucking here. Great.
Yeah. And then... No, and so here's the thing, right, is you just jumped immediately to Cruella de Vil, but I remember it took a while for us to get there. Because, we get,
but
intercut...
Cruella happens before Thunderbolt.
No.
Okay, well, my notes on Cruella are before Thunderbolt, so I'm saying maybe.
So... Because first the family moves into this farm.
Okay, so my notes for her are before the family moving into the farm.
Huh. Mine aren't.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Weird.
Well, okay. Let's talk about this in any order then, because you know what? Honestly, okay. These two stories don't meet up until quite late in the movie.
Yeah, they're not going to intersect for a little while. I just have one more thing about Cruella, and maybe
for sure.
So she sees the painting, right?
This painting,
which is just a black dot on a white canvas, and she loves it. She is so into it because she is obsessed with this. Because, hey, she is obsessed with Dalmatians.
Yeah, it's not like Dalmatians caused the ruination of her life.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And she meets the artist, and immediately they start weird flirting with each other.
I feel like this is like such a fucking like trope that these sequel movies have, where there's just awkward sensual tension between two characters.
But he's like a beatnik artist, which I looked up, and yeah, this is the right time for that to be. So this is like an experimentation, like when you think about how the Wild West happened at the same time as Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
And what if a cowboy just showed up on Sherlock Holmes' doorstep? And that's what that felt like to me.
Yeah, and like and like the fact that fucking Sherlock Holmes and who else did I say could go to
Dracula?
Japan? Yeah, could go to
And
Japan
buy
and buy Nintendo cards.
Nintendo cards. That's it. Yes.
And it would be completely in history. Oh god, fucking history's crazy. So yeah,
Yes.
so this, by the way, this artist immediately I was like, oh, this is Martin Short. You might remember him. He was the voice of Ben in Treasure Planet.
Okay.
And
he's much less annoying in this movie.
Much less annoying in this movie. I still hate him in this movie until the moment where I liked him.
Yeah, same.
But he's definitely a lot less annoying in this movie.
But I like that when they were trying to create a character, they were like, what if Cruella falls for a beatnik who is trying to like develop a new kind of modern art with just spots.
Yeah.
Which is it's crazy. But it's one of those things that yes, a sequel movie will try to do.
She hires him, commissions him. Basically, they move into this like attic, and she just watches him paint, which is such a weird relationship.
No, they have a weird relationship. That's established.
And like, there's a moment where Cruella, like, in describing what she wants his paintings to make her feel, I wrote down, "Damn, Cruella, keep your weird puppy murder fetish a little less subtle, why don't you?" Like,
you wanna cut to the farm, or
no.
This storyline?
No, I want to keep going on the storyline, because there's a moment where she sets one of his paintings on fire, which is also a great metaphor for this film.
It is, but it made me think about like where this guy is at in this extremely toxic relationship. He's gotten himself in.
I know, it's like 2 layers of metaphor: the one that the artist intended and the one that they did not. This movie would be the perfect like thing to use in a lesson that like embodies Death of the Author, because it's bad.
Well, but it's bad in such measurable ways, though, isn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, it's
and it's bad in ways that aren't offensive, which is so important to me right now.
Oh god, yeah, no, for sure. It's got like one thing that it does kind of poorly, but it doesn't happen until the very end.
It's really interesting to watch in that way. And that's other thing. That's the other thing. This guy, the like modern art is so much about like avant-garde bullshit that whenever some weird thing happens in this, like around this character, I can almost put it into avant-garde bullshit.
I will say though that there are a lot of points in this movie where it loses its sense of place a bit, where it feels a little too much like modern times.
Yes, I agree.
So this movie doesn't quite have the sense of place that the last one did, but I don't know, like it's a very enjoyable movie. So we meet Thunderbolt and his sidekick Lightning.
Yes, and Thunderbolt is a shitty celebrity because he's not very nice to his fans.
He's there was an actor that like I had in mind when I saw him, and I was like, oh, like this is fucking this guy, but I don't remember.
Okay. In my mind, I saw his character being played by Nathan Fillion.
That's exactly it.
Okay, because he reminded me of Captain Hammer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking of Nathan Fillion in fucking what was that show called that he did with Alan Tudyk?
Oh, Con Man.
Yeah, Con Man.
Same thing. Yes.
And I actually looked up his voice actor, and he is not voiced by Nathan Fillion, but holy shit, does he sound like him?
He does. He's got a great voice. I also looked up his voice actor. I can't remember him, and I didn't recognize him from other stuff.
I don't think he's been in much. But his sidekick, Lightning, has been.
It's
because Jason Alexander, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember his George from Seinfeld.
Yeah, he's George from Seinfeld.
Oh, and Lightning is a corgi. Want to get in front of this one? Lightning's a corgi.
He's an American corgi, and Thunderbolt's what fuck.
Oh, he's definitely a German Shepherd.
A German Shepherd.
Right?
Thank you. Yeah, he's like a German Shepherd. Which is weird
German
because
Shepherds are beautiful dogs, and they look like they're going to save you.
But you wouldn't own a German Shepherd in the Wild West. Not really. You would own a cattle dog.
But nobody's watching the Wild West show.
No, I know. It bothered me. Like, as a person who owns an Australian cattle dog, like, that's what you would want. What they call blue
You and I
heelers.
have had a conversation about, like, how much of the Wild West stuff is bullshit.
It's such bullshit. I know.
German Shepherd tossed in?
No, I know. In this movie, where they have a fake Wild West TV show, that it would actually be more accurate, that it's inaccurate.
Yeah.
It bothered me.
Okay, that's fine.
And so
it's just that it shouldn't. I mean,
so the setup of these two.
In fact, Thunderbolt, who's a dog, talks about how the show is poorly written. So you know what?
That's a good point. You make all right. You're right. I'm wrong. The setup, the premise of Thunderbolt and Lightning as characters are basically just that Thunderbolt is this kind of asshole actor, and he kind of is famous just because he's handsome and looks good, and Lightning is his sidekick, and he's kind of made fun of and left out, and Lightning wants Thunderbolt out of the picture.
Kind of does feel like Con Man when you say it like that. Well, we don't know immediately that Lightning is evil.
We know he doesn't like Thunderbolt.
I don't think it's clear immediately that he doesn't like Thunderbolt, or that he doesn't like how much Thunderbolt gets the attention. Well, I actually thought that they did this pretty well. Like, if you're a kid watching this, you might not realize that Lightning has it out for this guy.
But I'm a 22-year-old man.
Well, here's the thing. When I first saw Lightning, I thought Thunderbolt was going to have a semi-villainous role, and Lightning was going to be heroic.
Oh, I immediately had the opposite.
Okay, see, I thought it was going to be like Lightning wants to prove himself, and like Thunderbolt's been being an ass to this kid or something. But what happens is Lightning tells Thunderbolt that he's going to be replaced.
It's literally almost the exact same plot as The Fox and the Hound 2.
Oh man.
Yeah, but
a rehashed plot.
But like the roles are switched around a bit. So Lightning tells Thunderbolt that he's going to be killed off of the show. Mm-hmm. And that Thunderbolt needs to go and prove himself.
Right. And that's when I figured, oh, he's evil because he's so nice about it.
That Thunderbolt needs to prove himself to the producers that he needs to, so that they'll keep him on the show. And Thunderbolt, in trying to say, quote unquote, save a cat from a tree, but in reality, stop a cat from murdering baby birds, which some might consider more heroic.
Yes. Or at least just as heroic.
Definitely more heroic. So,
all right,
fucking leave those cats in the trees, man.
Circle of life, Andy.
That's not fair. So this international movie star and his new British companion cause havoc in London.
Before we get into the causing havoc, I do want to jump back because we should talk about because this next scene is like a montage of, actually, you know what, this is fine. The next scene's a montage of like unsuccessful paintings and bad heroic
actions.
Moments. Yeah, and it's good. It's one of the better montages we've seen
in these movies.
There's no big change. This is just time passing. We should take a quick stop in back at the ranch, as it were.
Ha.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch,
literally, we're going back to the ranch.
It's actually a farm, but they
have cows.
They do have cows. Do you ever notice how in Disney movies, in movies, animals come with farms? You ever notice how nobody in a movie ever moves to a farm that doesn't already have pigs in it? Usually
in a movie, they're inheriting a farm.
Yeah, or something.
And it makes sense that an inherited farm, if the owner has just recently died, would have animals on it.
Would have all the animals on it, yeah.
But yeah, I don't think buying a farm is like buying a house where it can just like come with stuff that you need. I don't know. I've never bought a farm.
So I wanna mention something. The first thing I noticed about this farm is that Roger clearly bought it without Anita's input, which is insane. Anita is clearly the person who makes the financial decisions in the relationship.
Yeah, no, I love the fact that Anita and the nanny are like kind of horrified, and Roger's just like, oh, we'll slap a coat of paint, it'll be good as new. Where should the music room be?
They like that it has this big place to run around. The other thing is, not even should Anita be making financial decisions, you should talk to your wife about the house you're planning to buy.
Maybe he showed her the photo of the farm from like a distance, but when he did the walkthrough, he went by himself.
Speaking of walkthrough, he pushes the piano in, and it falls through the ground, which is a great gag, but now there's a hole.
It's a great gag. It's a great gag because later, now that we're back at the ranch, it is shown that instead of fixing the hole, they just put a ladder there, and that is now the new entrance to the basement.
Maybe there wasn't an entrance to the basement before.
Oh my god. Well, maybe it was one of those like outdoor cellars, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, this makes sense. Ah, fuck. In what seems like a comedy of errors multiplied by 50, Roger doesn't look at the front page of the newspaper, which has one of their puppies on it.
Right, which has Patch and Thunderbolt, because again, slow news day. The biggest story is that in London, the city of London, a famous dog showed up.
It's like we either read about this new thing that happened, or we just read about the 50th murder that happened.
Right, or about the
maybe it's a case of like
artist making waves.
Yeah. Well, he's obviously not making waves. He complains about that.
Yeah, not yet.
About how no, but I fucking hate him so much.
Okay, be cool.
So Pongo and Perdita and Roger and Anita everyone realizes that we've been missing a dog this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Pongo, like Patch seems to go to Pongo all the time for advice. For this weird existential crisis that he's having.
But it hasn't even been a full day and all the puppies are running around the farm. I'm not saying that we should forgive Pongo for this. I don't think it's entirely unreasonable, though.
I think even if you have 99 kids, like Patch is obviously like the one that comes and talks to Dad all the time.
Here's the thing. Maybe everybody does that. Because in this movie, Patch is the only one with a personality. But all of them must have a personality, right? So maybe everybody comes to talk to Dad about their problems. And he's like, I guess this is a slow Patch day.
I've met 100 people in my life, and I can tell you that I don't think 99 of them have personalities.
You know what? I want to get down to the nitty-gritty about how all these puppies are exactly the same. It's the stupidest thing in the world. During the truck scene. That's when I want to do it.
Okay, we'll talk about this then.
But they see the picture of Patch, and they need to go back to London to go get him. For some reason, everybody needs to go, or everybody except Nanny and the puppies.
This could have just been a Roger and Pongo deal.
Yes,
and the movie sets it up to be that,
and then it's not.
And I was really confused.
But at the same time, maybe not the exact same time, but at the same time, Cruella sees in the newspaper an extremely well-printed picture.
Yeah. No, this is, I think, the least believable thing. Like, it's one thing to look at a Dalmatian puppy on a newspaper and go, that might be our dog, we should go check.
She reads
the address.
The collar. Yes, the collar on the address on Patch's collar, which tells her exactly where Anita has moved to, so she can go kidnap those puppies again.
I love that she was planning on just going to Anita's house and I don't know.
What was she gonna do? What was she gonna do? So, while this is happening, Patch, we discover as a audience through a conversation between Thunderbolt and Patch that Patch does not know that TV is fake.
Yes.
Which is a bad character choice. That you did not need to make him the aliens from Galaxy Quest.
No, I know, but at the same time, I think if this movie does take place immediately after the first one, which I think it does, Patch at this point is maybe a couple months old.
I hate this.
It took me. I was okay with it, but that's only because like when I felt like I was about Patch's age, 5 or 6, I definitely did not connect that TV was fictional.
I don't know. Kids will buy into a lot of stuff, but this is such like a binary thing, like real or fake, that he knows enough to know that it is either real or fake. Like, okay, because a kid knows that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, when it's a guy in a suit, isn't actually Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. But also, they have the ability to turn that off and go hug that guy. But
I don't know about that. I think it depends. Because like a kid will go and meet Santa. Because a kid will go and meet Santa and think that that's actually Santa, right? Like that's
absolutely. But I think there's a difference between Santa and Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, but when Mickey Mouse is played by an actual mouse that you can go meet,
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like if when I was 5, I met Air Bud, like I'd probably think that it's the same dog. And that this dog can play basketball.
Could make those baskets.
Though. And that this Air Bud could also play football. And that this Air Bud could also skateboard.
Is there a skateboard one?
There is, but it's not Air Bud. It's a monkey. And that's my bad.
The Buddies?
No, it's a different movie. It's the same series, but it's a different movie.
I didn't like that Patch doesn't know TV's fake. I thought it was an unnecessary thing to throw in there because then there has to be like a confession that he's actually an actor.
So if I have a problem with that choice, it's that, and I wrote this down, this movie has way too many subplots already.
Mm.
So if they were going to do that, they would have to remove one of the other many subplots. This movie's so crowded.
I don't think it added anything to the movie for him to not believe the TV was real.
So Cruella goes and bails Horace and Jasper out of prison to go steal the Dalmatians back.
It's not clear to me why Jasper and Horace go with her. Because they don't seem to want to. Maybe they're just afraid of her. Of how she can ruin their lives in prison.
Maybe. Who knows, right? But
they do.
So they steal a Canine Crunchies truck and they use it to kidnap the puppies by like ringing the truck's like song.
Yeah, and that was weird too. For one thing, these puppies should be more aware of possible traps.
I think right. Like there's like a scene later where it really feels like these puppies don't really remember Cruella de Vil at all. So they get kidnapped. The nanny goes and tries to stop them, but she ends up getting dropped down a well.
Okay, here's the thing. One, she does a pretty good job. I'm gonna compare her to Tiffany Aching now, even though I already made that comparison, because she has a freaking frying pan. Tiffany Aching or Rapunzel, I guess. And just beats the ever-loving crap out of these guys.
She hits the wig off of Horace.
I forgot he was still dressed as a woman.
Which,
for no reason. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to happen.
It's a really bad joke, and like whatever. It's not worth talking about.
Yeah. And so this is when I noticed that there are animals on this farm already. When she hits them into the pig, what do you call a pen?
A pigsty?
The pig pen. Yeah, and they end up all on top of each other, and then they tie her up and drop her into the well, which is that's even more fucked up than the last movie.
So yes, but here's the thing: she escapes that well.
I guess she does.
What kind of fucking like Mission Impossible shit does this woman have to do to get out of this well? Okay, because we know she escapes from it.
Okay, I'm guessing I used to do this when I was little to climb up my closet. I'm guessing something like in The Emperor's New Groove. You push your back against the wall and your feet against the other wall.
And then you like pull on the rope. But the other thing is like she is an old lady. Well, not an old lady, but she's an elder woman.
But she's
like,
older. Yeah.
And like I'm 22 and it's harder for me to climb shit than when I was 10. I don't know.
She just believed in herself, Andy.
Yeah, she had the power of believing in herself, I guess.
She hit the water, and then she thought, I'm not going to let these dipshits kill me, because now that we have her escaping, I think in my mind, there's also water, because we need to up the ante. Up
the stakes?
Yeah.
Like the water levels rising?
But that's...
I know.
What most probably happened is Nanny dies slowly and torturously, and it's a really good thing that she shows up later in the movie.
That's actually the second Nanny that's in the books but wasn't in the movies.
No, not funny.
The first nanny died, and this one just, like, popped in to take her place.
Isn't funny.
No, it's like a respawn in a video game when you knock an NPC off a cliff. But she retained all of the memories and experiences of the old nanny. So now she knows what death feels like. And that imbibes her with even more strength to go find these two criminals. Sorry.
That's what happened to Sailor Moon.
I think I just wrote a better... fuck, damn, I was going to say, I think I just wrote a better movie. But I guess Sailor Moon already did it.
So Cruella brings these puppies to her art. Lars is his name.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's right.
Lars the beatnik artist. And he's like, oh, you want me to paint the puppies? And she starts laughing. So does Horace and Jasper. And fuck those guys. I don't understand what their stake is in this anymore.
I think they also just want to kill these dogs now.
Maybe?
As like revenge. Who knows?
Anyway, she says, no, I want you to paint on the puppies. We're going to skin them.
Or make a sculpture. Yeah, like, the point is these puppies are going to die.
And Lars, who, again, I also have not particularly cared for in this movie, suddenly turns around and says, you are not hurting these puppies. Not while I have anything to say about it. And they tie him up and gag him.
And throw knives at him?
Lars. Yeah, hell hath no fury, so...
Yeah, this is the culmination of their weird relationship, I guess, is this betrayal.
Lars bit off way more than he could chew with Cruella de Vil.
Which he didn't know, to be fair, right? He just thought, like, maybe this is another weird, eccentric artist person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I have met people who I have looked at them and thought, that person looks like Cruella de Vil. And even then, my thought wasn't, I bet they also kill puppies like Cruella de Vil.
Then this weird thing happens. The Twilight Bark starts, and it's not clear who starts it.
I think the puppies do.
Okay, but the puppies don't talk about the Twilight Bark or doing the Twilight Bark.
No, they don't.
So either they start it by accident, or they decided, oh, we shouldn't give any other puppy a personality, and they'll just do it. And it made me really mad and annoyed, because then the Twilight Bark starts, and the Twilight Bark is lamer.
Yeah, it loses... We talked about this a bit a week ago, but it loses the magic. Because apparently this is just something that can be done on a whim.
Right, and I'm fine with Twilight Bark showing up again, but...
It could have been framed better.
And so, Thunderbolt and Patch hear the Twilight Bark.
And at this point, Thunderbolt is like he's gone through this arc. He's like this kid has successfully like edged his way into his life, and he really likes this kid, and he wants to tell this kid, hey, listen, like I'm just an actor. I just act, and
right.
I might not be doing this for the wholesome reasons you think I am. But before he can do that, they hear the Twilight Bark. They realize, oh, these 98 puppies that have been stolen are your siblings. Mm-hmm. And Patch melts his heart and convinces him that they should go save them. Which is super unfair to this guy, like...
Well, yeah, but...
It makes a later scene not work as much.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was already, like, going to tell Patch this anyway.
Well, and I have to mention this again, that this whole plot point hinges on the fact that Patch can't tell that a very formulaic show is scripted. Like, he knows every part of this show.
Again, he's a walking Wikipedia article.
Yeah, so he should really understand that, like, obviously Thunderbolt does not save this dumbass kid once a week every week of their lives. And then also this entire time, Lightning has managed to convince the producers to make him the star of the next episode. Right, because Thunderbolt has disappeared.
Yeah, he's missing. But because Thunderbolt has responded to the Twilight Bark, a couple of the fangirl dogs...
But Lightning hears this, and he thinks, what if he accidentally does save those dogs? Then he will be the star, and everyone will love him, and so
I'll never get my shot.
Yeah.
And I am not throwing away my shot.
That. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So this is I think the one plot hole that the movie has. Lightning finds Thunderbolt and Patch like instantly.
I'm sorry, you're right. This movie does not like have a ton of plot holes, but that sentence was crazy to me.
Right?
Whenever we talk about a movie, it has a million
plot. No, this movie's like pretty solid. Its problems are primarily like script.
Thing.
The what?
The collar thing in the newspaper. Come on.
Okay, yes, sure, but that again, like most of this movie's problems are like script errors.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything, every sequence of events that happens in this movie is believable and logical, with the exception that Lightning, upon hearing that Thunderbolt is going to save these puppies, knows where he is and how to find him and is there immediately.
But he is, so we're all gonna have to deal with it. And here's this. I get it as a kid's movie. This betrayal where he has to pretend like he's Thunderbolt's buddy would fly a lot better if we didn't already know
his evil plan,
trying to replace him. Because if we hadn't seen Lightning at all until this bit again, that could have been really powerful. He's like, no, he just has to barge in there. He doesn't need to sneak.
This movie has Lightning say his entire plan out loud 3 times. And the third time is in front of Thunderbolt after the betrayal. And the entire time I was thinking, why would you say any of this, dude? You could just leave.
Here's the thing.
Thunderbolt would have been none the wiser.
Lightning doing that is crazy for a few reasons. And one of them is that he's in the room with 3 people who kill dogs.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Like, he should have left.
The moment
Thunderbolt got, he should have left.
He could have just been like, yo, like, he could have even showed up and done the betrayal, but it been like, yo, dude, these people kill dogs. I'm gone. We're not that good. We're not as good of friends as you think we are.
Mm-hmm. And the funny thing about his betrayal, though, is that what he tells Patch is all true.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
Lightning is not all that evil, because he's like, you always steal the spotlight, you overact, and you're bad at your job. And then he turns to Patch and he says, this guy is fake. And then he leaves. And the evil thing he does is leave these puppies. But what he does to Thunderbolt is actually pretty reasonable.
So that's the thing is I think, if anything, the most evil thing he does is leaving these puppies. But also, the heartbreaking moment of this scene is the fact that Thunderbolt has to look at this kid and say, no, yeah, everything he said is true.
Yeah, but I hated it.
But that kind of doesn't work because of the whole, but also this kid believed in television thing.
Yeah.
So these cages that these puppies are all locked in are not regulation. They have like 6 or 7 cages for almost 100 dogs. But also they had an extra cage.
They did have that extra cage just so they could put the one big dog in it. And a puppy.
But
yeah.
Also, it's really hard to like be mopey and have a character development when the other person trying to be mopey and have character development is 3 inches from you.
So we get this whole scene where everybody's sad because they failed. And it's the part that you need to have in like the last quarter of the movie before everything turns around. And Lucky says, hey, didn't something like this happen in such and such episode? And Patch is like, no.
Well, actually, it was episode 18.
Episode?
I remember that line exactly. He's like, didn't this exact same thing happen in episode 13? It was episode 18.
You bitch.
You dick. You dumb motherfucker. I get that we're trapped in these cages and we're probably gonna die, but fucking get your facts right.
Let me tell you about Blue Eyes White Dragon. So...
But then Patch gets an idea. Because this entire time, Patch has been, like, walking Thunderbolt through these episodes and how to do these actions, and he realizes, you know what? I could do all this shit myself.
I feel like if that bit was spelled out more, it would be better. Because he just does it instead of, like, saying, if he can do this, I can do this.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Because then the fact that he found out that this guy was just an actor would have hit harder. Because if he just pretends to do it, but he's really doing it, then I could do that.
Yeah.
But, so he busts out of the cage.
This is, to me, the darkest part of the film. He breaks everybody out And Thunderbolt looks at him and is like, no, I've disappointed you. I'm gonna die here.
Here's the thing.
Which is way too harsh of a punishment.
I don't think so, because Thunderbolt just sits there like, I can't go with these kids, but they don't care. These fools don't care about Thunderbolt. Shit. They're just gonna leave him, and he's gonna leave. And that's exactly what happens.
And they just... But, like, if he stays, he's gonna die. These people kill dogs.
These people kill Dalmatians.
Okay, I think at this point Cruella de Vil just like is like ready to murder a dog.
She's obsessed with spots. She wants to kill Dalmatians.
I know, but like if like push come to shove, right? She has this extra dog. What's she gonna do? Not kill it?
Apparently, yes. Thunderbolt was never in any actual danger.
We know from the books that she thinks drowning animals is a good thing.
Patch gets everybody out by bouncing them on
a canvas
onto through the skylight onto the roof.
Yeah.
Gets them downstairs and into a truck. Horace, Jasper, and Cruella see that he's doing this like last minute and go to follow.
And there's no law that says a dog can't race a bus. Sorry. We were talking about Air Bud earlier. So like the last movie, this movie...
I want to say, sorry. Thunderbolt looks up and he's like, yeah, he got away. And so then he starts to leave the cage because there's no reason for him to be here. And he just looks over at this artist and they both cock an eyebrow at each other.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I did kind of enjoy.
So, I was actually asking myself when I got to that scene, like, is the artist do they just leave him tied up here? And then that scene happened, I was like, oh, I guess so.
Yep.
So, this next chase scene, again, I love the fact that both this movie and the last movie, inexplicably, in the third act, become a Fast and the Furious movie.
Yes.
This movie more so, but also this movie's chase scene music was really bad.
I don't even remember it. I was more focused on...
It was the theme music.
Okay. I was more focused on this troubling character development, which is this. Somebody hits the brakes on this truck, causing it to drive off.
Yeah.
Oh, bus.
It was a bus. It was a double-decker.
It's a bus. It's a double-decker bus. On the bus, causing it to drive off. Patch starts to steer. Then when Cruella shows up, he goes to save Roly-Poly?
Yes.
Which is a bad name for a puppy.
It is.
He falls out the window. And then he goes back to the front of the truck where everybody's arguing and takes command again. But it's not even him taking command, it's him doing everything. And everybody else just stares at him like, oh, he's doing so great. Okay, so this movie is about how you can be, how a person can, like, stand out. Okay? But what it should be about is how it's okay to be one of 99 if the other 99 are also cool. Like, if this scene was about the puppies working together to drive a bus, it would have been a better scene, but it's not.
Yeah, I think this movie's theme is A, a bad theme, and B, poorly set across for all of the reasons you just stated.
Because it's like, oh, now everybody thinks Patch is the best puppy, which means that all these other 98 puppies consider themselves to be lower than him. Which isn't a good ending to the movie.
It's definitely not. But to be fair, this movie's ending is just bad anyway, even if they had done this correctly for reasons that we'll get to. I think this might be one of the, just in terms of sheer competence, the most directed cartoon that we've watched of all of these sequels that we've seen. Because inexplicably, in the middle of like this climactic moment in this chase scene, it cuts to Lightning recording the finale to his first ever solo episode.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, why the fuck would this movie cut at this point? And then you just see in the distance a bus appear. Yes. And I was like, this is the best.
That's actually, yes, that's really well done. So now the big fight scene at the end where where Cruella and Horace and Jasper are trying to capture these puppies again.
And they face
has
off.
Lightning in it.
Yes.
And then Lars just drives up, drops off Thunder, and drives away.
And he gives him a thumbs up.
Which was crazy to me because he left. Like, the dog told him, hey, this is where I need to be.
Well, you know what? He could pronounce there were no S's in the street name, so he was able to perfectly talk to these people. I love the thumbs up. The thumbs up was such a nice touch. Like, fuck these people. I'm out. Thanks for the lift, Martin Short. So, this amazing plan happens where Thunderbolt pretends to die.
Yes, Cruella de Vil is defeated by the power of overacting. Because he milks this like crazy.
And the best part is that Lightning totally buys it.
Yes! It's great. He's like, good night, sweet prince.
And he's like crying.
And at this moment, I was like, I don't know how bad a guy Lightning is.
Yeah, right? Like, he's obviously like attached to this his co-actor.
Yeah.
And I guess at the end of the day, right, his plan wasn't to have Thunderbolt die, but then that also doesn't make sense because he left Thunderbolt in a place where people kill dogs.
And then
they all get away.
No,
but then Patch
they send the truck.
Yeah, Patch
like
and
Frisky's truck going backwards, right?
Yeah, the bus and the truck.
Okay.
They like have them both going in reverse, chasing Cruella de Vil, Horace Jasper, and the Lightning, who, my guy, you fit under the bus. You fit under the bus. You're a corgi. You fit under the bus.
But he starts running, and Jasper picks him up.
Which is crazy.
What? Why did that happen?
Oh my god. Wait, is Jasper the short, chubby one?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that kind of makes sense, because Jasper...
It makes more sense than if Horace picked him up.
Yeah, but it's still insane.
No, wait. Horace is the bigger one. I can't... The bigger one picks him up.
Yeah, the shorter one picks him up.
Yeah.
Which, it's crazy. This entire end sequence is insane. From this point on, the movie loses all sense of anything. It's bad.
They end up in the water.
Yeah, they end up in the Thames. It's called the Thames because it has Thames times the amount of poop.
It's a good joke.
I wrote this joke when I watched the movie.
And I'm proud of you.
God, this ending is terrible. So they land in the Thames, police show up, Anita and Roger for no reason show up.
Yeah, were they driving all night?
But also the nanny shows up with the police.
Yeah, she does. Because she got out, untied herself, and called the police.
I'm gonna stick with my canon, and she just respawned in a police station.
No.
And she just like slams her hands on the desk and is like, "We're gonna go save these puppies." And they're like, "Lady, you're crazy. You just appeared out of nowhere."
New canon.
I know what death feels like.
New canon. She's an undercover cop.
Oh shit.
She's been kidnapped before countless times. She knows how to get out of this.
No, she's MI6.
Yeah, absolutely.
After this, she goes and she's M.
What? Okay, so this raises the real question. What does Anita do? Because she makes a lot of money, and somebody is spying on her.
Oh, damn. She does have a Spanish name, so maybe she's a communist spy. That would make sense in the 60s.
For England, though?
Yeah.
I don't know how big the Red Scare was in England.
It wasn't that it was big, it was just that in the 60s there were communist spies everywhere.
Interesting. Anyway, all I have really written down about the last scene is that you don't arrest dogs.
Yeah, I don't... They had cop dogs arrest Lightning, which also, what was his crime?
Unclear.
And they throw Cruella de Vil into a mental institution truck, and this is honestly the one problem I have with this movie.
Well, she's gonna go and be tortured. It's like the 50s.
Yeah, I think that's my problem with it, is like this is an era where this woman definitely has mental problems. She wants to skin dogs to make coats.
No, she does.
But also, I don't think the movie takes the time to explain to kids that this is the case. And it really just gives the impression that...
I see spots.
Okay. It really just gives the impression that crazy women that you perceive as evil should just be sent to mental asylums, which is bad.
Well, they've got the hysteria, Andy.
Oh, God. I have the consumption. Which one's that again? That's the...
I believe that's...
tuberculosis?
That's TB, yeah.
Yeah.
We actually... talked about this in an earlier podcast, I think. We looked it up. It's TB.
I think I just have an obsession with the sentence, I have the consumption. It sounds
Apparently
so good.
You do.
It's a really good sentence. I don't know. I think it's my ASMR trigger.
I don't remember what happens to Horace and Jasper, but I bet they just go to jail again.
Oh, I think all that happens to them is the nanny shows up and she's just like, they stole the puppies again. So,
yep.
I have one thing to say about this movie, now that we're at the ending. The only voice actor in this movie that doesn't sound like the original voice is Roger.
Yeah, they do pretty well.
Like, everyone else, like, is near spot on.
Although here's the thing, I kind of thought that, Patch sounded a little bit Oliver Twisty to me.
Oh, no, definitely, right? He was
Maybe
definitely,
laid it on a little bit thick.
Yeah, he was definitely, like, Britishing up his accent. But yeah, just every voice actor in this movie who was supposed to be a character from the last movie was spot on except for Roger, who went from being, like, a baritone to a tenor. I don't know if that's accurate musically, but the point is he has a much higher pitched voice.
Yeah, we're the wrong people to ask about
music.
But yeah, there's a moment where he's singing
Dalmatian Plantation.
Dalmatian, which is
it's
a
like,
cool idea, having the new song go into the old song, but I didn't like his voice.
Yeah, he's just
when he was doing it.
Yeah, this guy just doesn't sound like Roger and doesn't have the same like singing voice as him.
Mm-hmm. Which is pretty important because he's the only musical character in both movies.
And so here's the other problem I have is that as the credits are... Did you stick around for the end credit sequence?
I saw a few of the newspapers,
So they have these, like, incredibly specific newspapers, and this, to me, explains why there kept being newspapers about, like, Dalmatians on the cover. Is I think there's just a Dalmatian crime newspaper on top of the music newspaper, the mental institution newspaper, the fashion newspaper.
That newspaper must go out to people in the mental institution. Like, this is printed. This is like the mental institution has a what do you call it when a school does it? Just a mental
paper.
Institution
Yeah,
paper,
a mental paper.
Yeah.
Oh god.
By mental patients for mental patients.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, Corella, you want to be on the cover?
Sure.
Sure she does.
I see spots, she says. Oh, God, are we good? I think
we're good.
I think we're good. All right, so I think we both enjoyed both of these movies.
The first one is very good.
It's a classic.
Second one is not good, but it's stupid. And if you just want to watch some stupid dog movie, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's better than any fucking Air Bud movie. I'll tell you that much.
I remember.
Sorry, Air Buddies. Air Buddies.
Oh, okay. Probably. Yeah, I've never seen Air Buddies.
Movie. They're really bad, dude. They're fucking real bad.
I really like the first one, and I don't hate the second, which is about the best you're going to be able to get out of me from most of the time.
No, I think just the fact that we could walk away from both of these movies with a pleasant demeanor,
super sad or angry,
or
like with the last few.
Yeah, I think the second movie
baffled or just
completely like unable to process.
How could we make that? Yes. Which I think makes for our best podcast episodes, but really drives me insane.
Yeah, no, it just feels bad recording it. I think going back and listening to it, it's definitely really funny. I think 101 Dalmatians is definitely like a Disney classic, definitely like in my top 5 Disney movies now that I've rewatched it. It's charming, it's fun, it's beautifully animated. It's got one of the best Disney songs ever written in it. Eat Your Heart Out,
especially early Disney. Because a lot of early Disney songs kind of sound the same.
Yeah, definitely. I think a big part of that is Roger. I think just Roger as a character is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
He has so little to say, but...
Yeah, but every time he's in a scene, you kind of get an important snapshot of who he is.
Yeah. Oh, man. I wonder if he was based off of anyone in particular. Like, I'm very curious now.
But yeah, he's a really well done character. The characters in that movie are great. Cruella de Vil is an amazing villain. And
a villainous icon. Like, I think it really shows how well her character was handled that to this day she is one of like the most evil Disney villains, despite the fact that her only goal was killing dogs, which is the least villainous thing compared to a lot of other Disney villains.
Here's the thing. That's more, like, viscerally evil than a lot of other
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's not a lofty goal. It's so easy to kill a dog. I don't. Oof. I might cut that one out because it made me sad to say it out loud.
I think if I like looking back on my life, I think the movie that got me interested in animation was 101 Dalmatians. It's such a it's got so many memorable things that I looked at when I was a kid and I thought that is technically impressive.
I think it's sort of the pinnacle of... I mean, I said this at the top. It's the movie that you watch if you want to watch a movie for the animation. There's other cool stuff in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, it has a pretty cool world and pretty cool characters, but I feel like the animations what draws you in.
Yeah, no. And every character, even the minor ones, are just fantastically animated. Everyone has a tick, everyone has a stance. So I have a book here by Richard Williams. It's called The Animator Survival Kit, and I recommend anybody who wants to just even think about animation critically read this book. But Milt Kahl, who helped animate this movie, is referenced a lot in this book because Richard Williams was Milt Kahl's protege for many decades. And Milt Kahl, especially of the old men, really hammered home this idea that every person that you meet walks a certain way. And you really see that in this movie. Roger's
think about
Roger's movements in this, like how he walks and how he throws his legs out and kind of has this awkward gait. Anita's very prim but determined step. Cruella de Vil's almost torso leaning gesturing. Everybody in this film.
And at the top of this movie, we see 5 throwaway characters.
Yeah.
That all walk in a specific way. And this sort of, it helps paint what immediately you think of them. That's really good.
It's fantastic. It's beautiful. This movie is worth studying from an animation perspective. And pretty much anything Milt Kahl touched. But this movie, I think, really showcases his look.
It's a fun movie. Its story is not that engaging, but all the characters are, so it'll keep you engaged.
And the story has a great climax. That car chase scene and the sneaking into the truck is fantastic.
We didn't talk about the car. The animation for the car?
Yeah, and how she drives into a ditch and then drives out and it's just the engine.
Right, but yeah.
Fuck.
Did you see? I saw this floating around a few times. There's a breakdown of how they animated that car.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see this?
I don't think I've seen this.
Oh, when I saw it, I thought, oh, Andy must already know about this. It's a 3D model. The car's a 3D model, and they would move it. They would draw the scene and put the 3D model on the scene and take pictures of that and then draw over that. And the reason they did this was so they didn't have to animate a fucking car.
Oh, man. I'm looking at this.
Because it's a really crazy detailed car, and basically every scene that it's in, it's the biggest thing.
Well, it's a DeVille. That's what the car is called.
Oh, clever.
Yeah, I know, right?
But it's such a cool, that is sort of a BS shortcut that actually makes the whole thing look a lot better. Man, drawing cars sucks a lot. And
there is, oh god, that makes so much more sense because they're the climactic scene when they're sneaking the pups onto the truck. Cruella de Vil, a video game villain, is patrolling this tiny town in her car, and there are multiple shots of the front and the side of her car. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's how they managed to do that without going insane.
Oh, man.
That is traces over the picture they took of the car. It's really cool.
Let me see this.
I'll have to see if I can find that and send it to you.
I'm reading a thing about it. They built an actual... Wow, no, they built a physical cardboard model. Yeah. Holy shit. This is super cool.
Somebody must... I mean, I wonder if there's more than one, but somebody must have that somewhere. That has to be in a place now.
Oh my god.
I'd be really depressed if they broke down that car when they were done.
It's in storage, and it's... Oh man, I would murder an undeterminate number of people to get my hands on that thing. I would murder 99 Dalmatians. No, I wouldn't. I would not do that. People, yes, but Dalmatians, no.
Storm the house. We got him.
Shit.
Thank you for listening to Direct to Video.
Oh, man.
VHS. I have been your co-host, Tony Robusto.
And I have been your co-host, Andy Reyes.
And if you wanna find us on social media, I am at TheaterBats on Twitter.
And I am at royalty_Valens. If you want to check out our stuff, you can go to direct2.video. You can find all of our episodes as well as some tidbits on YouTube. You can also just find us wherever you get your podcast.
And if you get your podcast somewhere like, I don't know, like iTunes, or we're on like Stitcher and Google Play, and I don't know how those do with like rating systems.
They have them, I think.
But give us a rating so you can tell us. So one, so we go up in the charts. And two, so that we know what you think. And then give us a review and talk about how we talked, how cool it was that I cut out all the times that I interrupted the podcast to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh man! A special shout out to Lee Rosevere who provided us with our song. God damn it, Tony!
Sorry.
A special shout out to Lee Rosevere who gave us our theme song "Penguins on Parade" off of Music for Podcast 2. You can check out his stuff on Bandcamp. It's not Bandcamp.
I don't think it's on Bandcamp, but it's in the description.
It's around.
In our description, and he's free music archive or free music library or something like that.
Yeah,
and you can go get his stuff, and he just does a lot of background music for podcasts. If that's what you're into, if you're into having background music that won't get you sued.
Yeah.
Like I am.
And Tony also does a webcomic at inspiredbytrueevents.org. It's very good. It's very funny.
Wrapping up the current storyline, which is good because it's been a little while and there has been a lot of weird tadpole stuff.
A lot of deep dives into biology.
And
you really have a fascination with tadpoles, like I think from a biological perspective, because I remember another arc going into that.
I'll tell you where I got the idea for a tadpole character is I found a very, very old how to draw animals thing, and the first page was a tadpole, and it was literally a circle and then a squiggly line.
Yeah, no,
I could draw a circle and a squiggly line.
You were like, this is within my artistic wheelhouse. I got this.
Yep. Done did it.
Oh man, Tony, are you excited for what we're gonna watch next week?
I don't know. Should I be?
I think you should be, because we are going to be watching A Sword in the Stone.
Uh-oh.
And Quest for Camelot.
Oh, okay. Woo, okay. I remember those as two movies that are okay.
Yeah, no, I remember both of these movies being insanity.
I remember both of these movies being not as exciting as they should be.
Oh, man.
I'll also have to make a note. Remind me if we forget next time, because I'll have to make a note to talk about the alternate universe version of Camelot that I read about, where Arthur marries a squirrel.
No, I'm not having this. What?
But the point is that Mordred is never born. Because he never has sex with his sister because he married a squirrel.
Yeah, no, how does that stop the other? What?
Well, because this is all supposed to like line up with the actual Arthurian story. I can talk about it later. It's one of the cuter AUs that I've ever seen.
Oh, really? Is it? Whatever. No, I'm gonna stop recording.
The stuff that Disney does with the squirrel is already weird.
No, I'm gonna stop recording.
Okay.
This is a canon squirrel?
Yes, a canon squirrel. It's from that's where it came from. Because there's this whole thing where Merlin tries to get Arthur to have sex with a squirrel.
I hate this. What?
We'll talk about it. But in the meantime, I am the ghost of John
Smith. I'm tired.
There's one dragon in Yu-Gi-Oh! With cannons, but it's actually a robot, and they just call it a dragon.
But so is Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's actually a robot.
No, Blue Eyes White Dragon is a young woman from Egypt.
Oh, I'm sorry, what the fuck?
You didn't watch the last series, and I told you, I warned everybody that this is the hill I'll die on.